What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. I am your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick. Will be joined by the full cast and crew. Zune's running a little behind, but he'll be here in due time. But let's kick it off with old Double D, Big Dan deck.
Hey there, friends and viewers. This is your one and only Dan Decker playing the one and only Mo Braja this evening, as one does. We are in a mess right now. Anthony's going to give the recap, but I am your friendly neighborhood crossbow expert with a 10-foot reach, 8-foot tall, bugbear fella, and ready to rock and roll. And just real quick, Doobie and I representing the Mustache Guild. Hardcore tonight. We could be the firemen, but we're not.
I had to shave.
I noticed. Work. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I had to shave for work,
but I also don't want you to suffocate. So
exactly. There's that too. It's hot as hell here, just so you know. Regardless, though, let's all slide on down to old Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I'll be playing Rogar, son of Amu. He's a 7'5", 400-pound dragonborn barbarian for the Great White North. He's got a sword called a Deep Cleaver. He's got a Jab of Lightning. He's got a lightning gun, a.k.a. the Proton Pack. He's got an Amulet of the Drunkard. He's got some cool items. Got some cool items, Always on the lookout for, something new, something special.
Yeah, why? Why not? Yeah.
He's also searching for a Sensu, perhaps a mentor at some point, a motherly figure. Perhaps she knows more than she let on, and she vanished at the time of Rogar's need, along with his godlike father, Amu, the dragon. So yeah, that's Rogar.
True dragon. Let's slide on over then to Kayla.
Hello. I play the role of Velree. I would like to say I think Rogar is laying on his past a little thick tonight, maybe because Velree might have been taunting him about trauma earlier today outside of the game. So I like it. That was great. Velree could be your mother.
Oh.
Anyway. So I play a barbarian, vampire. Waitley's always running in and out of the screen.
Always.
Yes, Stefan. So yeah, we have magical claws. People are trying to tell lies on me.
Lies. Bold-faced lies.
Bold-faced.
Exactly. Okay, we'll get into that. And then last but not least for now, Doobie 209.
Yes. I play Tristan Varel. I realized / forgot I have roughly half of my hit points left.
Yes, you do.
So that's going to be a fun start.
Yes.
Because I have killed 2 of 4 party members. I've got my list. I'm checking it twice. Everyone's been naughty.
Everyone's been naughty.
Not nice.
Hey, I'm loving it. I am loving it. Well, with that out of the way.
This is a Wendy's, not McDonald's.
Last we left off, the crew had found themselves within the Shrieking Forest at the behest of one Moog Broadjaw in accordance with perhaps finding a cure to the Red Death plague that has been seeping out of the forest for generations of Broadjaw. Mostly because the current warlord and Moog's cousin both contracted the more lethal form of the disease with no known cure at the time possible. With a few leads leading you into the forest and search specifically originally for a ritual book that might possibly, and there was a lot of questions there, contain some kind of information on how to cure not only the current outbreak, but also Moog from his current bound servitude to the Dredger in all of its vainglory. However, you did find a elderly bugbear woman here within the Forgotten Grove after you stumbled around, got into a lot of mischief, killed one of the guides that you brought with you, and the shaman Ono barkered a deal with Moog, herself being a what she referred to herself as the last tree tender, a protector of this sacred grove that was dedicated to the god Belus, the father of beasts. You guys saw a pretty cool statue and some other stuff there. It was very interesting. And the deal was that Moog would deliver some individuals from Brunwood that would have the spark, the gift for druidcraft. She needs someone to take over, as she is the last and she has held on as long as she possibly could. Moog took an oath with her at the statue and perhaps entered into some kind of divine pact. As
Moog does, he tends to just, make deals with whoever.
Could have happened. Yeah, exactly. So with that, the chord was struck, and she offered to help you in your quests in the forest itself. Herself giving you guys a very, well, not extremely detailed, but at least a general map of the forest itself, as well as safe passage with the guardians, the ghost walkers that you guys have come to work with somewhat. In addition to this, she also told Moog that if you could procure a sample of the root cause of this plague, that she might be able to concoct some kind of cure, a more permanent cure, the one that you might be looking for. In addition to this, she did also say that with the right ingredients, she may be able to lift Moog's curse, even if you don't find the ritual book. So, with all of these things instructed, she opened up a portal to send you guys towards the Crimson Seedbed with the Captain Kaldor Mandahar of the Ghostwalkers in tow to be your guide. However, his services were not completely free, and he wanted you to take out a servant of some kind of evil thing. Prexius Shadowborn turned out to be some kind of mage-like figure of undeath, steeped in undead. You, as well as several Ghostwalkers, assaulted the encampment and slew, with the Ghostwalkers acting as a distraction. You managed to slay Prexius as well as many of the undead within. However, coming up against the Thin Man, the de facto behind-the-scenes leader of this group, a creature definitely not a humanoid creature, like something far more older, far more dark, a thing of myth that's been passed around Brunwood for a long time, essentially like the boogeyman. And the Thin Man almost killed Zune, gobbling Zune up, shoving him into his chest cavity, into his soul cage, where you did manage to, after a very heated fight, not only kill at least this current embodiment of the Thin Man, but Prexius, as well as many others.
Oh, I see what you did there. Mm-hmm.
And you were able to escape. Unfortunately, time was of the essence, as Kaldor had seen Velree in her current more bestial aspect for the first time, and he recognized her to a certain degree, revealing that she was a bride of sin, something that Velree has not really talked about, and also revealing that his people originally were from the Shadowfell. As you do all know, that part of the more almost like the encroaching mists and of the various things about the the forest are definitely Shadowfell based, as there apparently is a crossing in the center of the ruined Fairhaven city at the center of the forest. And his people were driven from their original home in the Shadowfell by Lord Sin and his brides, where they butchered the people and sent them fleeing away. All of this was told to you. Velree just kind of licked her fingernails and flashed her black eyes the whole time. While the rest of you stuck up for Velree, and a couple other things happened, but Kaldar didn't want anything to do with the party at this point. He did, however, lead you to the seedbed, but that is where he took his leave, as he did in fact lead off a pack of some kind of dog-like creatures that were possibly going to assault the party due to some failed stealth rolls. But he led them away, and you were able to make it to the seedbed relatively intact after everything. You then managed to sneak forward, and everybody but Trist, pretty much, pretty good at sneaking, and you stumbled right next to a strange-looking circular creature with 10 tentacle-like tendrils that each had mouths on the end of them. You never saw its face, because it never got to turn around. It was whispering and caressing one of the large corpse flowers that you guys had.
Face was removed by a baby's arm.
Before. You guys quickly destroyed this creature and the corpse flower within short order, annihilating it, and getting a little bit of brief information out of it before you slew it. You then trucked towards the seedbed, which was revealed to be this gigantic, gargantuan mass of almost like a black-looking metal, but possibly not metal. Had some interesting. Zune is here. Had an interesting look to it, as well as some strange kind of light glowing within it. It was completely steeped and covered in just a dude's face. Love it. So there we go. It was completely steeped and covered in these red, thick vines, as well as most of the growth around this area, as well as budding corpse flowers. Definitely the root of whatever this possible plague or disease might be. As you move forward, Velree, being the only one that can climb just very easily, carried Trist like a young lady up the side of the seedbed to a strange-looking circular opening. However, she may have slipped slightly as she was approaching it, and Tristan Vrel was going for a tumble when he slipped between realities and ended up in the service of his more demonic counterpart, whom apparently was in a heated battle with none other than a different version, an aberrant version, or not aberrant, but a divergent version of Moog Bradshaw.
Some BS is what that was.
Where Trist was instructed that he needed to take him out, and Trist laid into Moog with unbridled fury. I don't know if he was, been holding this in for a while or not. There were some lightning arcs. There was a critical hit at one point. Dude taking a couple bolts in the chest himself for his troubles. However, ending with the Devil Trist appearing next to the injured Moog and taking his head from his shoulders with some kind of strange-looking sacrificial blade. Like some kind of dagger, where he just cleaved his head from his shoulders and sent Trist on his way. Then Trist fell 50 feet because Velree rolled 2 natural ones to try to grab him. And he fell 50 feet onto his back, gasping for air. And that's why he's so currently injured as he is. Came to. All of you eventually managed to climb up mostly with the aid of Velree, kind of tying off ropes and whatnot, trying to figure out a way into this structure when for the first time, Zune, in a matter of inspiration, used her lover's lute and slipped into the ethereal plane, where he just walked through the door and then reappeared. There was a strange-looking console with these 3 gelatinous-looking orbs on it, and I don't know how, but Zune just randomly pressed the right combination to open the door, and all of you were inside within seconds. The hallways are relatively large. They're about like a 15 by 15 kind of hallway that you are currently in. It looks like there were openings, but they were chock full of the vines and some of the budding flowers to where they appeared to be somewhat impassable, at least without maybe either burning or slashing the vines and the growth free, maybe. But you followed the current trajectory about 100 feet down to a T intersection. And this is pretty much where we left off, because you made it to the T intersection. You could go left and you could go right. So that is where we are going to pick up. Ironically, it is not completely pitch black as you had made it to the T intersection. It's extremely dark. Don't get me wrong, but there are strange little, like, almost like firefly, kind of like motes of light that kind of drift and appear at certain points within the hallway, almost as if you can tangibly see little motes of maybe, I don't know, maybe like fungal spores floating in the air that you guys are breathing in. Regardless, though, you have a choice. Left or right?
I mean,
Velree votes
as
left.
Velree said in the chat, you always go left.
Always go left. Okay.
You know? Bugs Bunny always said, well, she took that left at Albuquerque, and you know, I mean, we gotta, right?
So you guys make it to this intersection. You all kind of gather with each other, and then you decide on the leftmost tunnel. And it's a similar sized tunnel. It looks like there are a few branching paths off of it, but as you begin to move down, you notice that they are also overgrown. However, after about 50 feet or so, the tunnel takes a slight like bend to the right, and as you're moving, you start to see something. You see like almost like it's not quite as dark in the direction you're moving. Who's leading the way? I do need to ask that.
I assume it's Rogar.
Yeah, Rogar usually
assume
leads
correctly.
things up the rear.
Trist, are you going to be somewhere towards the front as well?
Number 2.
Okay. Trist is always somewhere towards the front for his
Number 2.
ridiculous passive skills that may or may not come in extreme handy. As you make the corner, Rogar, you're the first one to see a small flicker of light ahead. And as you will remember, while it doesn't appear to be daylight, it appears to be the strange kind of color that was coming off of the metal that you guys you saw from the outside.
And these motes of light are still kind of floating around us, still along this hallway.
They just kind of like flicker every once in a while. It's not enough to actually give you a light source, but enough that it kind of, it's kind of almost like a dim light for just a second. Yeah.
Ambiance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's glowing this light that we saw from the outside.
Yeah, and as you look, you see that there does appear some kind of opening further down.
Okay. Oof. Did we take a short rest?
You have not yet.
Okay. It looks like it's an opening. It's not a door. When you say an opening, it's just like wide open already.
If you were to get closer, you might discern more, but from here you just see a small little source of light.
Okay. I guess we'll kind of communicate back to the party what he sees, and perhaps we move in a little closer to see what lays ahead. Perhaps then we can rest at least for an hour.
As you move closer, you see that the vines become more thick along the walls, and you see that there is a small opening, and the air within the seedbed is warmer than the ambient temperature outside. Is actually quite cold outside for normal people. For Rogar, it feels fine, but in here it's kind of steamy. It's kind of moist, damp, humid. And Rogar, as you get close, you can smell the more colder air, and you think this is an opening to outside.
Okay.
But it is so full of these vines that kind of coalesce into it that the opening is small. Perhaps maybe only maybe 2 feet wide, maybe. Enough that a smaller person, maybe Zune, could have squeezed through, but the rest of you, well, and Velree, the rest of you would have had a tough time. However, what you do notice, Trist specifically, because of your passive investigation and everything, is that the hallway, the end here, it's not like a doorway opening. The vines have grown into this strange looking pattern, and Trist, it looks like perhaps this hallway or whatever it is, if you were following it the rest of kind of the structure you're in, as much as you can make out, it appears that this would have kept going, almost as if something has sheared off part of whatever this structure is, and you're in like a broken section. And then it leads you to believe, Trist, that the shape of this, whatever this is that you're in, is much different in its whole state than what you are currently experiencing.
Does this path dead end?
Yes, this would be a dead end. This would get you back outside. This was a possible another entrance into the seedbed.
Well, I guess we might as well take that risk because we're going back the other direction.
Question: the environment around us, like, it's very. Yeah, you mentioned there's vines in and out, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other kind of like consoles or shapes in the room that would kind of identify what this room was for?
So, for all intents and purposes, you would have seen similar shapes to console-like shapes. However, they were so overgrown as you were coming down. This appears to be for the city dwellers. This appears to be a hallway of some kind. It's pretty damn straight. There's a couple slight little curves to it, but for the most part, it appears to be just a large hallway. And it looks like there are branching rooms off of this. You would have seen several rooms that would have had what looked like consoles on the outside of them. Most of them look like they've been broken or knocked over, or so overgrown with this seedbed kind of growth that you couldn't even see the actual device underneath. And all the door openings that you've seen so far have been just full of the growth, impassable.
Should we rest here at least for an hour?
It's not going to hurt
Push
anything.
You appear. Perhaps we can get that crossbow bolt out of you and patch up your wounds from your fall.
You did rip it out already. You ripped the bolt out.
Okay.
But yeah, he's probably still bleeding, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Bless him.
So you guys plan on taking a short rest?
At least, unless Rogar's convinced otherwise. You know, if a long rest is more needed. Don't know. I don't know what my spellcasters look like. So,
are you doing anything for light source, or are you guys still just relying on your eyes, your dark vision?
for Rogar so
Everlon.
far, just
Eyes and the light cantrip.
Okay. Okay. So Trist has produced some kind of light then. All right.
I'd like to play Song of Rest, so throw an extra. Yeah, is it a
Guys.
D8?
You guys sit down. Trist, you hear talking in a strange language coming from outside of the hole that you guys are next to at some point during your rest. It seems distant, but you hear it.
Like outside, or
It
like
seems like outside, yes.
Okay.
Only Tris can hear this.
His passive perception is ridiculously high. Yes,
All right.
he's the only one that can hear it.
Going to assume it's the little
Gardeners.
The things they were
Yeah.
not little, by the way. They were the size of like a horse. They were big.
The baby
gardeners.
Yeah, the gardeners.
Gardeners.
Mm-hmm. They might have a similar tone to the chuckling whispers you heard one of the gardener, perhaps, but you do hear more than one voice.
Mhm.
Velree did see multiple gardeners tending in various directions around the seedbed. And you hear them chatting to each other, Trist.
Yeah.
But other than that, your short rest goes uneventful.
What were they saying though?
It's in a language you guys do not know.
Yeah. Rude.
Well, I guess we got to go back to the other side now. Since this here's a dead end.
I guess we're gonna start making our way.
Okay.
Unless-
During the elevation change, or was it just flat?
It seemed flat, going straight. As you...
The structure.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Outside, when we were looking at the monolith,
Mhm.
like Trish said, did it look like the monolith was perfectly like parallel to the ground, like just laying on top?
So the best way
or-
to put it is, it appeared like, and as you guys were outside on the edges, it looked like this is like some kind of crater that this thing is like embedded in. And it looked conical because it had a conical shape. It looked like it was tapering into a point. The point maybe being slightly, it would be embedded in the earth, so you wouldn't be able to see the full structure. It was so massive and overgrown. However, judging by the direction you entered and where you came, the flat side of the cone that I described appears to be, from what you've discovered, where whatever this is was sheared at some point. It's not like a perfect line either. It definitely was like ripped apart. So you're in maybe half, maybe more of a structure of what this used to be.
All right. Thank you.
As you guys begin to make it back, you make it to the point where you get to that T intersection again, and you decide to go the other direction. I need someone to roll me a d20. Who's it going to be?
It's my specialty.
Sure, why not?
It's always my specialty.
Go ahead and do
Yeah,
it.
it always works out really well for us.
17.
17. Let me pull this up. 17.
You and your charts.
Okay. So, let me make sure here. Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. So, as you are moving forward, you hear a strange noise, and that Trist in particular, you hear whispers up ahead, Trist. Not whispers to you because the distance of the voices are so far away. And you can just tell that there's something talking, kind of like around a bend that you guys are about to make.
There's people ahead.
And you guys have been walking for maybe like another 10 or 20 minutes down this hallway. Various intersections chocked full again. Did you make it to, and at this point it looks like you're appearing to walk up on an intersection right now. However, unlike all the other ones you've made it to, this one comes to 3 openings. And of the 3, they all appear to be actually open. None of them are overgrown with any of this plant-like growth, flowers, budding, or anything. You hear the voices coming from the leftmost tunnel. There is a forward tunnel, and then there is a right tunnel.
Are we at the intersection?
You are at the intersection.
Can't see anything to the left.
Do you guys peek your head around the corner, or are you moving into the intersection?
I can use etherealness to try, but I would be making noise because I would have to use my loot to do it.
Have you?
No, I think we just need to send the most stealthiest of us. Clearly, it's not me.
Velree.
You used etherealness once already, right?
Once a day? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, Velree's a killer. She's a stone cold killer. We're going to send the stone cold killer.
Observe and report,
Velree.
Velree. Don't kill anyone. Just observe and report back to us.
Okay. I can do that. I don't know why you think otherwise. How far is the ceiling?
Bride of sin.
It's so as you guys have been moving, the ceilings have gotten slightly taller. The hallway has gotten wider.
Oh, okay.
You're now in a 20-foot by 20-foot hallway. In addition, I should also note that these hallways are not square; they're circular.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, they're circular hallways. They've all been circular this whole time. You could easily, if you wanted to walk on the ceiling, you could.
I just wanted to, creepily crawl up there to do my.
You crawl up to the roof. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. You do have advantage from your cloak.
Let's see. 24.
Okay. With a 24, let me roll for them. Okay. As you begin to creep further down, there is another slight bend, and it looks like part of the hallway you're in has like caved in, and some of the growth is kind of spilled out into it, blocking off about half of this 20 feet, so it's reduced down to 10 feet. And you kind of crawl around it, and as you do, Velree, you see 2 large figures hovering above the ground, about 10 feet above the ground. They're large orb-like figures with 10 tendrils on them, similar to the gardener that you guys slew. And each of them, their tentacles are kind of moving down. They're speaking to each other in whatever language they speak. It's kind of harsh and kind of grating on the ears, Velree. And it's strange because sometimes as they turn, you notice they have these gigantic, gaping, like maw-like mouths.
Right.
But sometimes their main mouth isn't moving. Sometimes it's some of the strange mouths on the tentacles that are speaking. Almost as if, it's pretty disgusting. They each have a large singular eye in the center of their like orb-like face, and they are ghastly white, pale color.
Paler than me?
It probably similar to Velree, one might say. And looks like there is an opening, a hallway opening that you can't see into, and the creatures are talking to each other while they pick up what looks to be like bodies, and then they toss them into the opening with their tentacles reach down and they stretch impossibly far. You see one of them stretches out and grabs a body about 20 feet away, picks it up, and then the tentacles disappear into the opening and then come back empty. And after about how long are you going to sit here and watch this, Velree?
I would say probably at least like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay. After about 5 minutes, you see them. There was a large stack of bodies that's now deposited, and then they talk to each other, and then you do hear the word. Well, no, you don't know any of their language. So yeah, you don't understand any of it. And they turn, and then they drift in the opposite direction down the hallway, and they disappear.
Okay. And they were putting the bodies in a hole?
In a hole.
The total. Okay.
And in an opening. You'd have to climb over to it to see where they were depositing the corpses.
Did the bodies look, could I see, were they like, did they look, they had the red disease, or were they normal looking bodies, or like...
For the most part, most of them looked like they were emaciated, as if perhaps they were drained of all their blood. And some of them were still wearing some clothing. Some of them had broadjaw armor on. But all of them relatively unrecognizable to race because they were so sunken and drained and just kind of gross looking.
Cool.
To make out discerning features. Like you probably wouldn't even be able to tell if they were male or female.
Cool. All right. Well, no one else around, right? So I'm just gonna
you don't want to
crawl back and report back to the party. You
don't want to peek into the opening, see what's in there?
It's on the. Would I be able to, from the ceiling? Would I be able to see down?
If you were to walk closer, possibly you could look into it.
I ain't trying to walk too close. I wanna.
It's up to you.
You're gonna have me fucked up over here. Hold on. Hold please. What if I no. I'll leave that too. What if I cast lit a torch and let it fall down the hole?
You could try.
Way up at the top so I'm not too close to it.
Do you want to get closer to the hole?
I don't know. I'll light a torch and let it fall down, see if I can see from the... I mean, would I be able to see? You know what I'm trying to do?
Well, are you going to get close to the hole or not? I need to know.
I want to be like on top, like looking down directly.
You're walking on the ceiling.
Yeah.
You creep over to the opening, and it looks like it's opening into another room. However, where there should be floor, there is like broken, like kind of like serrated metal where it looks like it was sheared or something.
Okay.
And it does look like there's like a pit or something. You just see darkness that you, with your dark vision, you can see, but at this angle, you can't see far enough down to see what's at the bottom. You would have to get like to the opening to look down to see what's down there.
I'm not doing it. If I can't throw a torch and see if the torch fall down, and I'm not doing it.
Okay. So do you return to your party then?
I'm going to return and tell them what I seen.
Tell them Velree explains to you what she's seen. I'm sure she doesn't leave the ceiling. She just talks to you from up there. Yeah, Rogar's like looking up at you. So what would you guys like to do?
Well, we can go straight. We can go to the right. We're not going left.
Left is where
left is where you came from.
Left is where you came from.
Yeah.
What was the name of this creature we were supposed to find here, or man, or thing again?
Morculus, the tyrant.
Morculus. Is it possible that
What,
Morculus is in the hole?
Really, what you guys were sent to do was to retrieve a pure sample of the Red Death, whatever that would be.
Listen, Velree has PTSD from holes in the ground, so...
That's fair. I think we all do. But not to Velree's level. I mean, they were feeding those corpses outside. Doesn't that sound like this might be a huge plot point that's being laid out by the DM? But
that we should avoid at all costs?
That we should avoid at all costs, but if we avoid it, we're not going to be able to complete what we need to complete here.
There's more than one way to get down there. I'm not going to jump down this hole right into the middle of it. I'd rather take a
You don't want to go the path
approach.
that the things it's eating are taking?
I like to go the path of the least resistance, and that might
That
be
is the path of least resistance.
That might be another backdoor.
I'm not having a lot of luck with backdoors lately. Usually they're my specialty, but lately it has not worked out for me, so I don't know. Okay, fine.
If Velree's not going down the hole, I don't know if anybody else will.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a pretty good judgment call.
Nobody even wants to look in the hole. I mean, come on. No one
I
wants
do want to look in the
hole.
hole. I want to. The curiosity is killing me, but also I know I will come back without a face, and I almost got turned into a white. I'm just kind of...
I'll throw a torch down there, but I ain't getting near it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you didn't even go down close enough to look. So
Last time I went near a hole, I
have the dark vision, you know.
everyone has dark vision.
Could look down the hole.
Zune has the best dark vision by a long shot.
Then.
I want to look. Okay, I'm gonna sneak up and look.
Are the rest of you coming? I'm assuming all of you are
Of
going.
course.
Yeah.
Our barbarian is always going to be.
I'm gonna keep Zune's best interest in the sights of my crossbow.
So you're gonna advise me to not look down the hole.
Trist is hesitant. He's kind of hanging back as the rest of you approach. Zune.
Tie a rope around Zune.
Thank you. That's good thinking.
It's a large opening. It's like a 15-foot. It looks like this was a door, or not really a door, almost like it would have been another hallway. And as you get close to the opening, you see that it is whatever it once was is long gone. There's just tons and tons of this like growth that has made some kind of shape, almost like a pit. And it's covered up a large, almost dome-like shape on the edge here. And as you kind of just peek your head over the side, you look down about 80 feet below. Mm-hmm. You see. Let me count real fast.
That's pretty far.
Georgia,
it's very far.
That's never good.
Zune can see 120 feet in darkness, where the rest of you only have 60. Let me see here. Where are you?
Get my little spyglass out. Go insane.
Here it is.
Yeah.
You see below you, 4 writhing shapes. And they appear to be gargantuan flowers. Corpse flowers. On a mound of bodies. And they're all very slowly moving and pressing these fresh corpses into themselves. As you look down, you're like, oh. And the smell coming up is pungent, even from this distance. You guys have slewn several of these before. These appear to be even bigger than the ones you've seen before. In addition to that Zune, just looking down here, something catches your eye, Zune. In particular, there's a body on the edge of, not exactly right next to any of the flowers, kind of on the edge, that looks like it's been there for quite a while. And what catches your eye is that it's wearing strange armor. It's wearing a breastplate, and the breastplate is draped with these thick, almost like iron-like chains and a pattern across it. The face is not visible because it is just almost like a metallic mask over its face. It's definitely dead, whatever it is, long dead, emaciated even. But on its hip, you see a large satchel, and it's slightly open, and you do see that there is some kind of glowing something coming out of the satchel.
Well, I know how to get Trist on board now. So I'm going to relay what I see to them. Guys, but quietly, there are like 4 massive corpse flowers down here eating out of a pile of dead bodies. But don't let that detract from what I'm about to say next. Trist, there's something really weird down here that's like I've never seen this kind of armor before, but there's some like ancient body. Oh, I haven't? I have?
Well, soon you were present whenever you guys went into the hive.
Yes.
Underground. Zune, you would recognize the armor as one of the members of the Cult of Elysia.
Oh, snap. Guys, there's like a Cult of Elysia. There's a Cult of Elysia person down here, and she has cool stuff in her satchel. I don't know what it is, but it glows. It's probably explosives, knowing how that ended.
She's also dead.
That's true, but they didn't eat her for some reason. Why would they not eat her?
They're pretty badass.
Yeah, you do make a good point. So you're not interested in her satchel?
Well, I mean, she's got shiny things in her satchel. I'm obviously interested in that.
Okay, that's true. Is there a way for us to
4
dimension
flowers
door?
Yeah.
Or 4 huge flowers, yes.
Fortunately, whatever's in her satchel, she might have died over. So,
Where is the body in relation to the hole?
It's at the bottom, next to the
wow.
next to the flowers.
Sounds like a terrible idea that we should not pursue.
Triss, do you have the energy to cast Dimension Door at all? Because I could cast it maybe once.
What if we burn down the flowers, you know?
That could be an option.
Okay. I like that.
How big's the fall?
Like napalm, you know?
How big's what?
The fall, 80 feet?
80 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and if the flowers... No, okay, you said they're slow moving around the bodies, right?
You guys have experienced them before. They don't move quickly. None of these do.
And is there a space between if someone were to crawl down the side?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there'd be space. They're kind of in the center, and there's probably about 10 feet between them and the wall.
Uh-huh.
Around the entire room, well, pit.
Sounds like a trap.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be a trap. Not at all.
The only thing is that, you know, we have seen capabilities of the magical firepower of the Cult of Elysia before. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we should do.
And the creatures could come back that were feeding it.
How far apart are the flowers from each other?
They're like bunched up next to each other. They're on like a pile of bodies. They're all like feasting right now.
Then at least the Elysia body was like 10 feet away from that.
What's their size?
Yeah, like the regular flowers were large, right?
They were large. These would be huge.
They'd be huge. Fuck.
Yeah, they're very big. At
At
least from the
fireball.
as you look down, at least from what you can see, like space wise from above, you're not sure how tall, but they do appear to be very like wide, much larger than the ones you've seen before.
I'm gonna do it.
How far away was her body from them?
About 10 feet.
Fuck, they're too close. I have a half-assed plan, but they're too close to the body.
What's your plan?
I could distract them.
I can Zune and Moga seen this, but I can create an invisible wall that nothing can pass through.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is these flowers are too close. Now I can pop down there, or I can pop back up. Either way, I can only do Dimension Door one time.
I can do it multiple times. I miscalculated what I was doing.
I can also cast this wall one time.
Okay. So do you want to cast that wall and I'll pop down there and pop back up?
They're too close. They need to be farther away.
How about I cause a distraction that attracts them further away, like with me assuming they can see. Can corpse flowers even see? They don't have eyes.
You don't see any eyes on any of them. They do have some kind of senses because you've seen them move and try to attack living things.
But they haven't sensed us yet, just peering around.
As far as you can tell, they haven't. They're just doing what they're doing.
Can you dash without being in combat?
Oh yeah. You can move quickly. Do you want to
potentially dash down there? I suppose.
Yeah, Velree could make a dash down there, grab it, and come back up.
No, the one who didn't want to do this.
How big is this hole? Like side to side?
It's very large. To fit these things down in there, you're looking at least 60, 70 feet wide. And it's like a circular kind of pit.
And about how fast did those things move last time? It wasn't very fast, so...
No, they don't move very quickly.
And they're actually enjoying themselves being gorged on this, so there's a chance that they wouldn't even notice or be interested in someone showing up.
Could try to sneak down there. I will say they do have the ability to grasp. We saw them, yank away Meek.
We did.
So
Meek didn't have Dimension Door.
That is true. That is very true. I'm just saying, depending on how we decide to do this, just keep that in mind. They can grab.
That's a good point. You're probably right.
So, are we decided that we're going down or not?
I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm in.
Before Zune does it, Rogar is going to take that 100 foot of rope that Velree has, and he's going to tie it around something in the room.
Okay, easily done. There's plenty of like large roots and whatnot that you could kind of tether it to.
He is going to then tie it around his waist. He's going to try to lengthen it to where it's relatively close to where he thinks, the floor will get.
It's about 80 feet.
Yeah. In case of dire mistakes or mishaps, Rogar will then. He's going to hold an action if he can. If shit goes wrong and Zune's down there, he's going to leap.
Okay.
And dive in. I mean, it'll probably hurt him like a motherfucker, but I'm hoping it hurts him less than just
Alternatively,
dropping.
I can take someone with me, so I could Dimension Door with you. That might be less painful. Unless you just don't want to be down there yet. You know what? Yeah, forget it. It'll be fine. Yeah,
I just need them to be 20 feet away from that body.
So, if that's the case, then Rogar will pair up with Zune.
Right.
Make sure that someone else is there.
I need an adult.
So
okay.
All right.
I love everything about this plan. There's nothing wrong with this at all.
No.
I want to get this. I want to get this straight. You're going to attempt to Dimension Door with Rogar. Both of you going to Dimension Door down there, next to the huge plants. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right.
Yep.
Nobody wants
create
to
a distraction. Don't leave out the part about how this is the distraction.
Yeah, distraction.
I just need them to be 20 feet away from the body, and I can put a wall around it.
All right. Are you now? I know this might sound dumb. Are you guys gonna try to stealthily do this, or is this more of just a
I'd
quick
like to
pop
try-
down, grab
I would-
something, pop back?
I would love to be stealthy, but I don't know how to stealthily bend time and
Oh.
space.
Yeah.
It's just I can't fathom. Like I can see it's just appearing, and then
I
just the
mean-
shock value of what the hell is that?
Velree could
But-
sneak down.
She could,
That's
but I
true.
really don't want to risk
Good.
Velree. I guess okay, we can do that. I'm really worried about risking her, but
All right, let me
Okay.
just freaking try and sneak down. And
worst
then
case scenario, I'll dimension door you
Yes.
out.
All
There you
right.
go. Easily
Yeah.
peasy.
It's gonna go terribly. Let's try it.
Rogar
ahead.
ties the rope then. Rogar ties the rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're back to plan one. Go ahead and roll
Plan
me a stealth check, Velree. You do get advantage.
Right. How do you roll advantage on the iPad without double?
I
Hold it down.
don't know.
Long
Oh,
press.
No.
Long press the thing.
okay, so
Oh
a
no.
14.
Yeah.
Let me roll flowers. What's there? Okay. Velree, you begin to creep down the wall. You know, very, very quietly. Your cloak kind of giving you a little bit of an edge as it kind of begins to somewhat blend in to the kind of red, thick growths along the wall.
Yeah.
As you creep down, you get all the way down to the corpse. And the flowers, as you get closer, the smell is extremely pungent, much stronger down here. Velree, you also smell a strange, almost allure coming off the flowers,
Oh god.
as they smell like they are
Damn
seeped
it!
with blood. No one else but you might be allured by the scent. But you're
Thought about that a little bit too late.
like, oh.
It was a trap.
But you make it to the body, Velree. You watch as the nearby huge corpse flower reaches, and it looks like it's reaching towards you, and then it grabs a body at the edge, just kind of pulls it back towards itself and stuffing it into itself. Doesn't appear to have noticed you as of
All
yet.
right.
do
I'm
you-
gonna grab the body then.
Just gonna grab the whole body. Okay.
Oh well.
Well, I mean, you're super strong,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's withered, as if there's no blood in it. So it's
Yeah.
extremely light. As
Yeah, I
you grab,
probably would just I don't know, it's a satchel right there. It was just a satchel. What it was just a satchel with a glowing
so,
thing in it.
I
right?
mean, do you want to just take the satchel, or do you want to grab the body?
Anything else? I'll grab the body. Fuck it.
Okay. You grab it by the kind of like the back of like the chain breastplate that it kind of has,
Yeah.
and you pick it up, and there's a creaking noise as it moves.
Oh, bad call. Bad call.
And then you watch as one of the flowers, one of its tendrils kind of move up and start drifting towards you. And you begin to slowly move up the wall. And then it just kind of drifts back down. Hasn't noticed you at all. And
Okay.
you walk back up the wall carrying this withered corpse with you. The flowers below none the wiser.
That's how it's
Mm.
done, Valerie. Well done.
All that. All right.
As
Whew.
Velree, as I roll, they had disadvantage because they were gorging themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not roll well at all. They rolled a 7
Well,
to
good.
see you.
I would like, as I walk back up with this vibe, I'm going to be like, just further proves the point that I'm here for the team and not
Yeah.
here to try and eat you guys.
Pride of sin.
You say that as you drop the withered corpse onto the floor. What are you guys going to do with it?
Let's take it away from this hallway since those creatures keep coming here to feast to their bodies down here.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
investigate it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drag.
So are you going back towards the intersection you came from, or you? Yeah.
Yeah, the intersection. Yeah.
As you're moving towards the intersection, You have the body in tow. You do, and all of you recognize, all of you've seen them before. This is definitely a cultist of Elysia. Probably one of the hounds that Rogar knows some of the organization. And you make it. It does. There's a mask on. It's still attached to the face. But it looks like it's just a solid piece of almost like a mirror-like material. Just solid. As you make it to the intersection, the body's there.
Have Tristan look it over. Give it the once over.
Give me an old investigation check, Trist.
Roger will help him with his monocle.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm
Roger
getting help.
gets out his
I
monocle.
love it. Oh shit!
Yes, what about over there,
That's
Tristan?
24. Pretty damn good. So as you are looking it over, this body looks very old, Trist. You're not much of a medical person. If you want to determine exact age, you would need to make a medicine check. But regardless, though, it doesn't look fresh by any means. It looks quite old, in fact. Parts of it are even like some of the skin and muscle tissues, even like completely gone, and you can see exposed bone. And as you're looking it over, the only thing remarkable about this that's left that you can find is the satchel. But I take that back, because hidden behind a tattered remnants of a cloak on its back next to its breastplate is a large, it looks almost like a quiver for arrows, and it looks like it's in pristine condition, Trist, as if perhaps it is magical in nature.
Yeah, Rogar, take that quiver off. That's going to be of use.
Or takes it off.
A quiver, you say?
Yeah, you remove it, Rogar, and it looks like a quiver. You can't see anything inside of it. It does have markings of Elysia along the edges of it, some of the sacred kind of symbols that you saw on Zaltkar. In addition to this, Trist, roll me a d10.
Two
Low roll, Trist. Low roll, as usual.
health potions.
No.
Damn.
In the satchel, as you open the satchel actually kind of like the leather almost like gives way as you open it, and it reveals 2 crossbow bolts, large. The heads of the bolts are glowing with radiant light. These would be holy bolts. You have 2 holy crossbow bolts.
Yeah, there's a present for Moog.
You hand them to Moog.
Yeah.
As you look over,
Thank you very much.
are you going to attempt to identify the quiver, Trist?
I don't have the time unless we're taking the time to.
You guys want to take the time to identify it? Okay.
Yeah.
You spend 10 minutes.
I was like, it might come in handy.
10 minutes looking it over. And indeed, this is magical. In fact, this is a dimensional quiver. It is capable of housing a vast amount of weaponry inside of it.
All the bolts that are in the back of holding can go in this quiver.
And they could go on Moog's back.
Yeah. That's what Rogar will do. He'll take the 10. He's got 10 bundles left of crossbow bolts, which equals 200 crossbow bolts.
Jesus. My God.
We took a bunch from what's his face.
We straight up stole.
Yes.
If I recall.
But he'll transfer those bolts. Before he does, though, Rogar's going to reach his hand into the quiver.
Yes.
and think before he puts the crossbow bolts in there. Just think ammunition to see if anything pulls out of the quiver.
Rogar, you find 10 more of these these holy crossbow bolts in the quiver.
Okay, so 12 total.
12.
So yeah, he'll make sure Moog knows.
Now, Dan, you can add this to your character sheet. It is called an efficient quiver. It is a magical item.
Ooh, an efficient quiver. What about the radiant bolts?
You will have to just make a note of that.
Make it up.
You will have 12, excuse me. 12 holy bolts. They do a additional D6 radiant damage, and they are considered magical.
Gotcha.
Now they do. Once you use them, Moog, they're no longer.
They're just regular bolts. If I were to claim them.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
Robert's deleting his bolts. Sorry. So you know, Moog.
No, that's fine.
To keep track.
Gotcha.
In addition to this, Moog, the quiver has 3 compartments that are all connected to this extra dimensional space that allow you to hold a number of objects. So each compartment can only hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects.
Okay.
The smallest compartment can hold 60. The mid-sized compartment can hold up to 18 javelins, and the longest compartment can hold up to 6 long objects. It can actually hold an entire bow, a quarterstaff, or a spear.
Sweet.
So on your body,
hold
Moog,
on to some javelins for.
Yeah, you can hold on to all kinds of stuff. You could put all kinds of things in this, Moog, not just ammunition. So just throwing it out there. You found
a bunch of shit.
And
it's a good quiver. Thank you.
An efficient quiver plus 12.
Give Tristan some magical items.
Holy bow. Really?
I'm teasing.
Really?
I'm just teasing. Damn it.
Well,
come on. I gotta give you some shit.
It's time to roll a D100 after I was displeased. So someone roll me a D100, please.
Also my favorite thing to do.
Can I?
Oh, no, what's
while
the
they were
red
doing
thing?
that,
I
could
want
I
another
grab
red
that
thing.
mask?
The mask is in fact magical. However, Zune, you pull it. It does come free of the face. The face underneath is withered. There's no lips. They're all sunken back. You can't even tell if it's male or female, though you all know it would be a female because that's what the cultists are. The eyes are long gone. They're just empty sockets. The skin is almost like leather as you pull it away. And the mask appears to have had some kind of magical enchantment on it, but it is no longer functioning.
They would use these masks to change their appearance.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to this just to see if I can fix it later.
Okay.
I might just be careful who you show it to. They are very protective of their secrets.
Indeed.
Noted.
They would kill a whole town to protect one. So,
and you guys all knew about it too.
Might gently put the mask back down.
I mean, you can keep it. He knows that Zalthkar and Lady Enna not to be trifled with. So
They would kill their own people.
yeah, they did send someone to kill Zalthkar at some point. So
all right. As you guys are having this conversation, the air around you guys, while it's been humid, suddenly begins to get cold. And in fact, so cold that you guys can all begin to see your breath as a chill has creeped into the nearby vicinity.
Lost me. It must be getting nighttime outside.
We want to go back to
how
the
cold does it
inn.
get?
Cold enough that everyone can start seeing their exhaled breath.
Was there like a waft of air coming from certain directions as we're in the
It doesn't.
Intersection.
You don't get a direction. It just suddenly starts getting cold.
Okay.
Did we?
That was odd.
There's 2 more intersections.
Roughly.
What's the glowing red thing?
What glowing red thing?
I thought there was a glowing red thing in the satchel.
The glow.
There's glowing stuff.
The glowing object was the holy bolt.
Oh.
The tip is literally glowing with radiant light.
Yeah.
Roughly, are we feeling tired? Does it seem like it's late in the day?
I mean, you're probably getting close to that time. If you guys wanted to try to look for some place to stay. Yes?
We should.
Okay.
Are you going to
I
try
guess
to
we'll-
sleep here in the intersection?
No, we're not gonna try to sleep in there. We're gonna try to move on, try
Okay.
to find someplace else. Yes.
Your choice, if the places you have not been, if you're not going the other way, you don't want to go talk to my gardeners. You can either go straight ahead or you can go to the right.
We don't want to go back to like that dead end where there was no one
Will there still be no one around?
I don't know.
It was pretty overgrown, right? Where it looked like no one had really been messing with anything. No one had messed with the console.
Well,
The solution.
you will remember the console was free of growth,
Oh,
Yeah.
and so
but
was
it was
the doorway.
covered in growth. I
No,
misunderstood.
the
Never
one
mind.
the one that you used was not. All the other stuff that you've seen in the hallways has been.
We can go back to the entrance and see if we can figure out how to close it. Or we could just, push on, see what's going on down here
Find a place to camp out, maybe.
in unknown territory.
But I
Okay.
don't know. It's probably not the wise decision, but I feel like I want to do it.
Let's
I don't
look
want to
for
go back.
decisions.
So,
Yes.
right or straight at this point?
Straight.
Yeah, straight sounds
Sure.
good.
Straight ahead. Okay. Are you leaving the body here?
We'll take it with us. I'm kidding. You never know when you run into a corpse.
Can Rogar put it in
fire.
the bag of holding?
Let's go.
It'd be too big to fit in the opening, I think.
Let's
Wide
desiccate-
open, pretty
we
wide,
can
you
crush
know?
it.
Yeah.
Crush
I
it.
mean, you're gonna break
It's
it into.
desiccated. Yeah. It's
I
desiccated.
mean, yeah, it's desiccated.
Right.
You know, it's pretty thin right now. Like, can
Yeah.
it, you know,
Do
it's,
the thing.
Yeah, break this corpse and
Like,
shove it in the
push
bag
it
of
into a
holding.
little ball.
Rogar only takes the collarbones and just kind of goes, and then cracks
Starts
the bone.
snapping the former paladin of Olesia.
Just like a wishbone.
Former.
Begins breaking her and then
Just pull them over.
shoves her like accordioned body into the bag of holding. Sure, why not?
I was just thinking I was gonna break the collarbones and then long ways.
Yeah, of
Fit her
course,
in,
yeah. It's disturbing.
Yeah.
Either way is disturbing. As
Oh,
you begin to crack her
Getting a
and then shove her
cool
into
noodle.
the bag. Okay, you have a corpse of Olesia's hound in your
Mark it
bag
in
of
the
holding now.
inventory.
Check. Add that to the list.
As to it, we're at one corpse of Elysia.
One corpse, and you begin to move straight ahead. So, as you begin to move ahead, let's see here. What do you find? All right.
Stumble.
The tunnel is still a 20. This is still a 20 by 20 foot tunnel. It does appear to be getting. It's staying roughly the same shape. You come by a few chock-full doorways that are impassable, and eventually, as you're moving forward, I am going to need a stealth check from the lot
Ooh.
of you.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
But I'm exhausted still, aren't I? Hang on.
You are.
Crap.
God.
Crap noodles. Not as good.
Okay. So that's 14 from Zune,
Mhm.
17 from Trist. I've got a 26 from Velree, a 19 from Moog, and a 10 for Rogar. Yeah. A 10 for Rogar. Because you guys are
Averages.
You can average, yeah. Well,
Average, bro. Average.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll average it out. Every time we'll average it out.
Average.
Okay,
As you
we're
guys
all
begin
together.
to move forward, Trist or Rogar in the lead like usual. You do hear some more muttering up ahead, Trist. In particular, you see an opening up forward and to the left, a large opening. And you hear voices coming from that direction. You would have to pass by it to keep going down this main section of tunnel anyway. Are you guys going to stop here, or are you going to continue ahead?
With my high stealth roll, could I potentially sneak forward a little bit?
I mean, do you know you have a high stealth roll?
I just
Velree?
did. I had a 26.
Velree doesn't know she has a high stealth roll, damn it. Kayla knows she has a high stealth roll. As you guys begin,
Velree feels it. It's like, oh yeah,
She just feels it.
I feel stealthy.
She feels one with the shadows.
Listen.
Do you guys want to approach the opening? It appears to be it appears to be like an offshoot tunnel to the left.
Oh, it's an offshoot tunnel. Okay.
However, the voices are close.
Oh, shit. They sound.
Say
similar
we
to the ones
investigate
we've
the
heard before.
offshoot tunnel to see if it's a place where
They
we
do
can-
sound Velree. Ironically, these sound very similar to voices you heard not too long ago.
Of course, I'll let the party
Damn,
know
it's-
that it's possibly the same couple.
It's Tom and Tim.
So I'm gonna assume you guys are moving up there.
Yeah, could I,
Moving up.
before
Yeah.
we get closer, could I do comprehend languages?
How long does it take to cast?
Oh, that's a good call. Hang on, let me confirm real quickly. 1 second, please. 1 moment, please. Social. 1 action.
Okay.
Takes, yeah.
All right. Who are you doing it on, yourself or someone else?
It's probably better to do it on Trist.
Okay. You kind of. Is it vocal? I'm assuming it's vocal.
There is a vocal component.
Okay.
It's everything.
You kind of grab a hold of Trist and you whisper in his ear, a little sweet, sensuous tone. He's like, oh, and then suddenly he can
Kill you.
he can read and hear all of these strange new things. You do see, Trist, that there are fragments of symbols scattered throughout the tunnels that you've been coming across that before you just brushed off as perhaps just debris or growth that appear to be some kind of writing. Even with comprehend languages, you can't read it because they're like series of bumps, but you recognize it as writing. Does that make sense? Kind of.
Yes.
It'd be like Braille. Like you could tell it's a language, but you can't actually anyways. Regardless though, you do hear the voices now, Trist. You hear 2 of these creatures talking to each other. As you guys begin to approach the side of the tunnel, you hear, oh, he's gotten so agitated as of late. Did you hear about Zortharis? I found him dead. Murdered, tending his flower. He was so proud of that garden. He was so close. He was going to get rewarded by the master, perhaps even set free. Now look at the rest of us stuck in the dirt. Feeding those things. Oh, I'm sick of this. Well, at least we're inside. Yes, but I haven't had a drop of blood in weeks. All I get are these scraps. I'm starving. Do you think he'll notice if we just get a little taste? They're right inside. I mean, they've been here forever. He never comes this way anymore. Surely he won't notice. You know the master would be quite angry with us. He sees all. He knows all. You can't even speak this way in front of him. But yes, maybe just a taste. Are you doing anything, Trist?
Yes, I repeat in pieces. Oh, he's agitated. One of them's glad to be inside. They're hungry. They're just chatty Cathy's. They're harmless.
Well, maybe we could have a conversation.
Kill them.
Look, put them down. Yeah, I mean, Moog, if you line up your shots, can you hit both of them with one arrow, Moog?
No, he cannot.
Bullshit.
They're large creatures. He doesn't have a ballista, guys. Okay.
Got a hand
Sick,
ballista.
though, he just like sets one up and just
And Moog could use his rifle. He could use it.
It's too loud.
too loud.
Very loud.
It's loud as shit.
Do you think we could negotiate with them?
Probably not. But they did say he never comes this way anymore.
Do you think we could provide them like food? Like, what do they eat?
It sounds like they eat
They're just
whatever
hungry.
Velree eats. The bride of sin.
Right.
Are they also brides of sin?
Perhaps.
Your husband has weird taste, Velree. This is fine.
Tell me about it.
I guess yes. The only option is do we go and kill them? You said they were trying to. Well, Rover didn't hear that. I guess.
Nope.
Trust repeated back to us.
Repeated
He repeated fragments.
fragments of what it was.
They said they're basically harmless.
It sounded like it.
The only thing that Jumbo Smooth has questions about is if they're feeding on blood.
Mm-hmm.
He says that if they need to come check on them. I'm wondering if they have like a fresh source, someone alive, perhaps, someone newly killed, someone alive.
Might.
the
Can I
ones
save
we've
the
seen
day
have been-
again, bro?
My thing, that's what I like to do.
I mean, I'm assuming this tunnel that we're in loops back around because
Yeah, it's
I mean,
connected somehow.
we met up with them again.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to go down this way.
It's true. We don't have to fight them, but that was Jumbo Smooth. Rogar didn't hear that, so
And we can just keep going and find somewhere to sleep.
very well.
As you peek around the corner, the creatures are probably within about 30 feet. Just floating there, about 10 feet off the ground, kind of
take them like last
looking,
time.
like talking to each other. There's a door opening that they appear to be guarding, or looks like guarding. They're one on them on each side
Moog
of
can do
a
it right through.
of an untethered opening. They're talking to each other. Are you guys going to try to move past the opening of the hallway here and then keep going? Or are we doing something else? Because this will decide on if we are rolling another stealth check or if we are entering combat.
Conscience is getting the best of me that they might be protecting something in there.
I mean,
But if
we
if
could totally
if we
fail
kill
a stealth
them-
check that results in initiative.
We need to kill them
It's
quick.
possible.
Made quick work of the last time. We do it again.
last time there was only one.
Yeah,
There was the one and of course
Times
flower.
two.
and its back was turned, and it wasn't actively guarding anything, and it was a gardener,
They don't
There's just
know
some
we're here.
guide
can still
tending
get the
the
drop on
garden. Oh God.
Their backs are turned to us right now, right?
Well, one of them would be kind of facing you a little bit. But they're
Mhm.
talking to each other, like looking at each other. Now, are they paying attention? I don't know. I
Probably
guess
not.
we'll find out.
We're around the corner. They didn't,
We're both having our own little conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you hear that
Well,
voice?
you know,
Has comprehend
In order to
languages
get the
only.
ambush, Moog needs
they
to take a
say?
shot. Otherwise, I don't get the ambush.
How far? They're 30 feet away.
30 feet. Mm-hmm.
Plus, Moog just got new bullets.
They don't end. And so far, Even with this long, drawn-out conversation we're having right now, they have yet to notice you.
So Moke's gonna take a sharpshooter at.
Moke just
essentially
goes,
sees us.
No! He's gonna start unleashing.
Oh,
we
he
go ahead?
lays on the ground, gets prone. You know.
Why don't we
Yeah.
go ahead and
Can we try to ambush him again?
let's go ahead and roll some initiative, guys.
But
Roll some
no, I
initiative.
get the drop on him though. I get the
We're
drop
gonna roll
on him.
initiative mode. God damn it! Roll your
I'm gonna use
initiative.
my pride dice, asshole.
Ooh, no, I could.
Might be good to be going lower in the round.
So
Was it you, Rogar? Did you end up on top?
No, I rolled a 9.
Oh, I got a rock.
let me make sure.
Got a 20.
All right. So
Oh, it's Velree and Moog. Hell yeah!
out of your guys' stealth rolls, this is how I'm going to do this. It looks like everybody except for Zune and Rogar are going to get a surprise round.
Hmm.
So, unfortunately, Zune and Rogar didn't roll high enough to beat their passive. And so, while they're not super perceptive, they got giant eyeball. And they still decent. So, here's what happens.
Well,
Um,
when we fought the first one, it never attacked us, right? Like we
No,
killed
it
before.
never, you guys destroyed it before it
Fuck.
could do anything.
I don't know what it can do.
Nope, you don't.
Nope.
So Moog,
Hopefully, we're not gonna find out.
Moog, you are
Mhm.
first up in the surprise round.
Oh.
We're going in initiative order, and then we
I got a
will,
20.
it's Moog. You got a 20?
Yeah.
She did.
Why does it have you
She
as a
beat me.
5?
I rolled
Oh,
twice on the.
let me change it.
Yeah.
Okay, so excuse me. You're one above Moog.
Great.
So Velree, you would be first in initiative.
I want a pound. Well, I'm going to see Moog getting a little twitchy, right? So I know what's about to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
you do.
I'm going to rage.
He gets a gleam in his barnacle eye.
Okay, Velree rages.
Mm-hmm.
One the closest one is 30 feet. The next closest one would be 40 feet. Because it'd be more like 45 feet because of the 15-foot kind of doorway that they're on each side of. And they're hovering 10 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're not on the ground.
How tall are the ceilings right now?
20 feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Because I was going to do like a pounce.
Yeah, sure.
Are
Are you gonna try to like grab onto this thing, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what else can I do? I'm a melee.
Hey, it's up to you. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm going to. Hold on, I'm looking over my my things that I have recently got. This, when you hit a creature. So, infectious fury, right?
Are you gonna make it? Are you good? So you're just gonna run in. You're gonna attack him. So go ahead and roll me some attack rolls.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm like leaping towards it, like ah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Now, do you want to try to stick the landing on this creature, or are you just gonna like jump and slash and then fall away?
Well, it's 10
Jump
feet.
on it,
Yeah.
It's 10 feet floating in the air.
I mean, do I feel like I would be able to is it like see through? Am I going to be able to fall
No.
through it?
Oh no, these things are. I mean, they're large creatures. I described them before. They're big. Just a big kind of like spherical, nasty, white-skinned creature with 10 tentacles with mouths on the end of him, a large
Okay.
eye and a gaping
I'll just
mouth.
try and stick the landing and grow into it.
Okay, so you don't want to land on the creature. You want to like slash it and then land on the ground.
Not like on its back. Like I can
Okay.
try. I want to try and land on the creature.
Okay, give me an
Okay.
acrobatics check, Velree,
All right.
before we do any of that. Then
Let's do it. 24.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
I'll say that you're easily in stride. You move up and you very deftly move up and go ahead and make your attack rolls.
I'll give you all the gold I have if you can burrow
I'm
through one
going to-
end and out the eye.
I'm gonna be rolling recklessly, so let me
Okay,
roll.
go ahead.
Get this dice off of me. Sorry, iPad. Okay. Ah, first one's better.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll the next one.
Natural 20.
That obviously hits. Go ahead and roll the third one. Jeez.
25. So that's
Yep.
out.
That hits, and then go into the last one.
Alright.
Yep. So all 4 hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the first one.
And then I wanted to do Infectious Fury?
Okay. It'll have to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
What is the save DC?
15.
It rolls a 13, so it fails.
Cool. So I'll go and do my real damage first, right?
Yes.
And it's +3 now?
Yes, right now. Mm-hmm.
So there's 9 for
So
that.
9.
And then this is...
So with your infectious fury, you get 2 things you can do.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do the damage, or do you want to try to make an attack towards another creature?
Target mostly of your choice. I want it to attack the other creature.
Okay. All right. I will resolve that at the end of all of your damage. So go ahead and roll. So that was the first one, was 9. This was your natural 20. Let me pull a card.
Sextuple damage.
Slashed shoulder, which it doesn't really have a shoulder, but kind of. It's just maximum damage. So what's your max?
12, 13, 14.
14. 14 points of damage. Jesus. Roll your third attack then. Damage.
Ooh,
Damn, another 9. You're rolling low. What's going on? Last one.
Here we go. 14.
To 14. Yeah, that one was max. You still did a massive amount of damage to it. And Velree, you're going to take 29 points of lightning damage.
Dang.
As each slash you carve into it, motes of electricity burst off of its body as its blood sprays you. And you're like, fighting through the pain as you are electrified in the process.
Is this
I had
the
a bad
thing
feeling
that,
that was
you,
going to happen.
that I drank the blood from?
Yes, it
before?
was. Yes, it was.
Oh.
Yes, it was. However, in it as you rank your claw into it, it does it like instinctually one of its long tentacles, which have a 20-foot reach on them, are going to reach across at the other creature 15 feet away and make an attack roll for a 16, which hits. So it's going to do. It's not a lot of damage. It's only 12 points of damage. But as one of its tentacles reach out and bite into its companion, the companion's like, why'd you do that? Oh God! As it's kind of looking at the rest of them. Only Trist hears the voice. The rest of you just hear it kind of like talking to the other one. And that's Velree.
Nice.
That will bring me to Moog the Merciful. That he's
I want to like say
About to
I'm
be
licking
Moog
the
the
blood as I'm
Merciless.
going.
okay.
All right.
Slightly electrified. Where you're going, Moog?
So you know how this is going to go.
Well, you have 2 targets, Moog, and I need to ask you
Yeah, I
which
do.
one you're going
I
to
do.
attack. Do you want
Well,
to attack?
I'm going to attack the one that isn't that Velree isn't on.
Okay.
For not to hit Velree with
Got it.
massive damage.
Okay.
Moog's super excited to use the new radiant bolts. So we're gonna do a sharpshooter radiant bolt with ambush. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
I'm gonna have to throw on my superiority dice on top of that.
Right.
Yeah,
Does he get
that's
advantage?
Still in the 19.
You do get advantage.
Okay, so let me just roll another d20. Okay, that's gonna be much better. I'm still gonna need the superiority dice though.
So that was a 14 plus the 3.
Yeah.
That puts it at a 17. That hits. That hits.
You want to make me spend 2? You're so nice. Okay. So 17 hits. So that's here's that damage. Plus, so that's 20.
20 points.
I'm gonna give you piercing damage.
Yeah, that's the piercing. Go ahead and roll a.
There's a D6 for ambush and a D6 for radiant.
It's 2d6 for ambush.
Clear that. Oh, it's 2d6 for ambush. Okay.
Yes.
Don't pay attention to that roll. 2d, so 3d6 total.
Yeah, just roll 3d6.
Get the roll. Yep. And nice. They're all the same. So, yeah.
Additional 9 points. We'll call it
29 points from one shot.
Okay. You have a second attack. As you bolt
I'm
into
going
it.
to use my second attack, which I don't have advantage on because it knows I'm here now. All right. That's a natural 1.
It is.
So go ahead and do your thing.
You still get advantage on this attack mode.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
wish-
not a natural 1.
I wish I could let you do that.
That's actually going to hit.
Oh, well, are you sharpshooting?
Well, because that would be that would only be a 16. Yeah,
I mean,
that.
It's up to you.
A 16 hits. You told me already.
I said a 17 hit. You did 17.
You said a 16 hits a minute ago.
Was it a 17 or a 16?
You said 16.
16 does.
You did say 6.
Yeah.
You did say 16. Yeah.
Damn it.
So that's 19 points on that one.
Are you using a radiant bolt or a regular bolt?
Yeah, the radiant bolt. So
okay, we'll roll
that's
a d6.
Another d6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use those right now because they're fun. That's 20 points.
1 point of damage.
But you know what?
You're down 2 bolts now, my friend.
Yeah.
You have 10 left.
So that's good. 10 left. That's right. I'm gonna do an action surge, but these are gonna just be regular bolts.
Okay.
But also just sharpshooter, because that's what we do. I'm gonna add that D10 though because I don't want to miss. Sorry, hold on, clear that.
Roll with advantage mode.
Oh,
Yeah, he rolls with advantage.
I still get advantage.
Yes.
You want to do it. Roll with
I'll take that first roll and I'll
Yes, you
put
will.
the D10 on top of it.
Yes, you will.
So because that would suck. Come on.
Did you see my
D10,
comment,
where you at?
Anthony?
No, I'm not.
For
looking
another
right
2.
Now. Hold on.
Wow, that really sucked.
So that's a 14.
Does not hit.
Doesn't hit.
All right, so I'm gonna roll with advantage on my last shot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it the right way this time. Oh, sharpshooter is dropping a D10 on top.
That's with advantage. I love it.
Shut your face.
Did that even
That's
hit?
it. The last 2 bolts
Nope.
just
Last
play
2
wide.
bolts miss.
Glad I didn't use any
even with the
radiance.
action surge, they
That was
play
a
wide.
waste. That was a waste of the
Um,
action surge. So sorry,
yeah.
y'all. Rude. I gotta need a short rest after combat. That's all.
Mo's like, oh shit! And he gets excited.
I did. I got
he's
super
into 'em.
excited.
All right, that is gonna
Thought,
be.
all right, after these radiant bolts and wet. No. Just that one
Zune,
time.
then Rogar. Unfortunately, you don't get to participate in the surprise round. Wait, which one of you was it, Zune or Triss that failed?
You said Zune and Rogar.
Okay, so
Zune and
Triss.
Rogar.
Yeah, so Zune and Rogar, you would be next, but you don't get to participate yet. Trist, you're at the bottom. It is your
Yes.
turn.
I'm going to look down at Moog, who is laying next to me. I like to imagine him on the ground sniping. I'm going to pull out my watch as I look at him. I'm going to draw Arcane Sigil over his body, and I'm going to cast Haste on Moog.
Okay. Mo gets hasted. All right, that's the end of Trist's turn. Now we're starting the actual round. We are starting with Velree.
And you saw my critical hit.
Yes.
With both of them, the slasher. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Is it disadvantage like on all attack rolls? That's pretty powerful.
It just says, it says on
Damn.
all attack rolls.
Yeah, all of its attacks for the next round.
Until it's already next. Okay. So I guess it's already. Does that. Because it says until it's already next turn. So
It's
and now it's my turn.
yeah, technically, yeah. Unfortunately, because of the surprise round, it didn't really do as much.
Oh, me.
Sorry.
Okay.
It'll work. You'll get to use it plenty of times, I'm sure. Don't worry.
I'm so excited. Okay.
So, do you want to still stay on this thing that's electrocuting you each time you slice
Right.
into it?
But it's gonna electrocute me no matter.
I mean, yeah, that's possibly true. Yes.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to still hit it.
Okay. So make
I don't.
me,
Well,
make me some
do I-
attack rolls then.
Did it when it got attacked before? Did anyone melee it before?
No,
No, it
it
died.
was shot to pieces last time. It appears that as its blood spatters you, Velree, it electrocutes you.
Got a sword though.
It will probably still spatter you, Velree, as you have noticed.
Damn.
Yeah.
As long as you are within 5 feet of the creature, you will be electrocuted every time it is hurt.
10-foot sword.
We're gonna take a long rest. We were about to take a. The goal was to
Sure,
take a
yeah,
long
yeah,
rest,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, that was the point.
That was the original plan.
So why don't you well, let's go and make some attack rolls, Velree. Come on. You know you want to.
I do.
Burn it all
Let me
down.
calculate
Burn it all
my health.
down.
Okay.
You got so much health.
There's so much
Anyway,
help.
all right.
You'll be fine. Fine.
Fine. Great. Here we go.
That hits. 25 hits,
Well, you know me. I'm gonna,
of course.
you know. Oh, so close to a natural. All right.
Hits for 1 hit. Thank God.
Hold on. Here we go.
That hits. So 2 hits.
Taking the first one on mine.
3 hits. Yeah. And
Okay, there we go.
4 hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Roll damage. This already slices into the sucker.
Well,
12. All right.
11,
11. Third one.
12,
12.
13.
And 13 points of damage as Velree just keeps ripping into it. You will take 31 points of lightning damage, Velree, as you're like, ah!
I'm going
Slice
to-
into it.
Can I bonus action give myself the healing potion?
Sure. Yeah. You're like, ah, ah. You're like slightly jittery a little bit. Do you want to stay where you're at, Velree, on top of the creature, or would you like to move away from it?
Yeah, I would. Well, it was going to get an attack. But yeah, well, let me take this healing potion real quick.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
Do you want to just like drop down to the ground so that you're
Yeah.
not within 5 feet
Yeah,
of
he
it?
was 10 feet still. Yeah.
So I'll say that you just kind of drop off of it. You have to leave its threat range to incur an
Right.
opportunity attack, which its threat range is 20 feet. So you're still safe.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
As you drop down from it, it's like tentacles are like flailing around all over the place. It's really fucked up. All right, that'll be it for Velree then. That brings me to Moog. It is your turn, Moog. Moog, you can see Moog, the one that Velree was ripping into, is like,
Yeah.
it's hurt pretty fucking bad. The other one you were shooting's hurt bad too, but this one she's been tearing into is not looking good.
But we're in a cave, right?
You're not. I mean, it's not a
In a
cave.
closed area.
It's a tunnel, Moog. Yes,
Tunnel.
you
An
guys
enclosed-
have been in
enclosed
a,
area.
a series of tunnels.
Tunnels are a kind of cave.
Kind of. Sure. Whatever.
Listen, whatever. Just like you're kind of awesome. All right. So
You're also hasted
I'm
mode?
hasted. I'm hasted.
Yes.
How far out am I, Anthony? 20, 30 feet?
You're about 30 feet from the closest one, which is the one that Velree was shooting or attacking.
So I'm close enough for Moog. All right. With the haste, it's going to give me a chance to shoot 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and take my first sharpshooter.
Okay. Give me an attack
Ooh.
roll.
Yeah, a 20. So a 15 is going to hit, probably glancing blow.
Are you going to do anything with that, or are you going to leave it as it is?
I'm going to leave it as a 15.
That's a glancing blow.
Yeah. I sink your battleship. 19 halved.
So, 9.
Okay. And second sharpshooter attack.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to add on to that one because I'm literally got your number. That will hit.
That'll hit. That'll be a 16.
Oh, that sucks. So 16 points
16
off.
points of damage.
And thanks to haste,
Bam,
bam,
bam.
my last shot here.
All right.
Oh, boogers, man. Okay, let's spend that last superiority dice.
Sure, yeah. You better roll
On
high.
the promise that
Yeah,
we're
roll
going to get
Not enough.
not enough.
No, you're...
Last one goes
damn
wide.
it! And then it goes wide. The creature is still up.
Bunch of root.
The blood drips down as it begins to spatter onto Velree. However, the electrical charge dissipates before it drips onto her from 10
Good.
feet above. It's like, it's getting racked. Is that going to be it, Moog?
That's what I've got right now. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
The creatures are now going to get a turn. The one that Velree attacked. Intruders! Tell the master! And he's going to move about 10 feet towards the party. One of its tentacles is going to reach back and try to attack Velree. It does have advantage.
Just as the only one who heard it say, "Go tell the master."
Yeah, the rest of you just hear it like
Oh, fuck.
yelling. That is going to be a 26 to hit Velree. You are going to take 12 points of piercing damage, halved to 6, Velree. However, as the tentacle reaches back, it wraps around you as it bites into you, and you are considered restrained. You can look up restraint after this. The next attack is going to lunge out towards the Moog that has been harrying it. That is going to be a 14 to hit Moog. Misses.
That's not going to hit my current AC
Misses.
of 18 thanks to haste.
And then it's going to make a second attack towards Moog for
Moog is effusively
Moog
thanking Trist
Moog ducks
now
underneath.
in the present to stave off things that might happen in the future.
The third tentacle does hit Moog with a 20.
That will hit. I'm not even going to play like it don't tonight.
You're going to take 14 points of piercing damage, and you are restrained.
Wait.
Wraps around you.
Can I use silvery barbs?
God damn it.
Silvery
Silvery
barbs, silvery barbs.
So just re-roll that last attack.
Yeah. What was a 20 is now a 17.
That hit?
Which doesn't hit.
Oh, shit.
No.
Okay, I want to
Overpowered
throw.
spell.
I want to throw the little advantage bonus from that onto Velree.
So
Why
does
not?
that mean I
Ooh,
don't take
that
any
shit
damage?
happening right now.
What does
You don't-
that mean?
You don't take any damage, Moog.
It means Velree.
Your next attack or save or anything, you get advantage.
Yeah. Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you get advantage.
Thank
So
you.
I get unhit and Velree gets advantage. on
Yes.
some shit.
Yes.
Okay.
That's brilliant.
Yay.
Who came up with that spell? I like it.
The idiots at Wizard of the Coast did.
Now we're never gonna get sponsored.
Whoa.
Bullshit!
He didn't mean it.
What I
He
say?
didn't mean it.
I say bullshit to the spells. What I say? Ridiculous.
Counter bullshit.
I enjoy my D&D Beyond account.
So,
Exactly. I, he does not represent all of us. It's-
the second creature is one of its tentacles mess with some kind of contraption on the door, and it opens up, and another tentacle slides around and is looked like it's searching for something, while the third tentacle reaches out and is going to try to take a bite out of Velree. Which it misses with a 13, even at advantage. And it goes, the other one's floating around too much. He's like, stop moving her, as it tries to take a bite out of her and misses. All right, that's all it can do for now. Brings me to Zune. It is your turn, Zune.
I would like to cast Bane, please. It's Charisma
God damn
18
it.
saving throw.
Save.
Could you please?
That's a fail. And a fail.
Yay! Great. I'd like to bonus action throw some Bardic Inspo on Velree.
And bardic inspiration on Velree. Really
Yeah.
doubling down on the Velree train.
I'd
Got
like
it.
her to get out of that.
Got it soon. Got it.
Thank
Rogar, it is your turn.
One's moving towards us, right?
Yes, it has Velree and Moog restrained in its tentacles.
All right. I would like to rage. Inspiring presence.
Of course.
To Velree and Moog.
Okay.
And I will then try to run towards the guy that's coming towards us, and
He is 10 feet in the air, Rogar.
I'm gonna try to make that 10-foot jump.
Make that jump.
Hack away.
I mean, you're strong.
Pretty tall.
And you're tall. Yeah, I will say that you're able to make the leap, and you can make at least 2 attacks, no problem.
Okay. Great weapon master.
Sure, why not? Great weapon master. Do it.
Great rap. I'm feeling
Let's
it.
do
Let's
it.
do it.
Feel
It's
it.
gonna hit. I know.
It is.
It is gonna hit. Yeah,
It's gonna hit. It's
pretty
gonna
good.
hit. Go and roll damage.
All right. It was pretty good. 28 points of damage. Oh, sorry, no, 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage as Rogar. Do you scream out like "Face the Son of Amu" or something like you used to? No.
Exactly. Usually.
Yep.
Face the son of Amu.
Reaches
Yeah.
up. He goes, ah! And it's almost like what the fuck was that movie?
Fuck.
You know what I'm talking about?
dragons?
McConaughey.
Yeah, with the dragons.
Yeah.
Ring
What's
of
it called?
Fire?
Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
Just the,
That's what it is.
ah! And he like runs underneath it, and this gigantic sword appears and just slices clean through the gardener as it's like, ah! And then it splits in half.
Dousing me in blood.
It does. Rogar, I rolled really low, Rogar. You only take 3 points of lightning damage.
Ooh, I like that.
That's how obliterating the cleave was.
As you cleave right through it, and as it falls,
such
strong,
a
so
such a
fast,
clean
you know?
slice, it's almost no blood.
Exactly.
You know?
as it falls
Yeah.
dead, both Velree and Moog are not restrained anymore. As the tentacles just go, and then they go limp. There's still another creature. It looks back. It's like, no.
I charge it. I got 60 feet of
Yeah,
movement.
you charge it again.
Yeah.
Ah, go ahead and make a second attack, Rogar.
Great weapon master.
Of course, why not?
That will be 16.
That is a hit.
I like the idea of Professor Rogar just still going, banana pants.
Oh yeah, he loses 17. No, sorry.
19 or 20 points.
Yeah.
20 points of slashing damage. You are going to take another 3 points of lightning damage. I keep rolling low for you for some reason.
I'm one with light.
I don't know. You're
You
like,
know,
and then
you know.
and he slides through it again, and then you fall down below it. So you're actually you're 10 feet below it. So you fall down. It looks kind of fucked up. It's bleeding. It's like one of its tentacles is trying to hold its wound together that you just slice through it. That's gonna be it for Rogar's turn. That brings me to Tristan Varel. It is your turn.
The one that Rogar just hit, was that the one that was trying to escape?
It's the one that was attempting to contact the master.
Yes.
He's fiddling
Yes.
with stuff.
I am going to hit it with a momentary stasis. Con save.
Con save. Okay. What is the-
17.
It's 17. It has an extremely good con save. That is going to be a
But it's
27.
baned. Oh fuck, the bane won't help with that.
Yeah, even with a D4.
Fuck.
It was a 4. It's still a 23. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, So be it.
you try to, some of the space begins to warp around it. It goes, fuck. And it just kind of like swipes it away. Like some of the stasis filled with one of its many tentacles. Now. Is that the end of your turn, Trist?
yes.
That will bring me to Velree. It is your turn. There's one creature left. You want to try to rip into it, Velree? What are you gonna do here?
I mean, go hard.
And go hard. Why not?
Doing
Yeah. Let's do it.
it. Okay, here we go.
It's gonna hit. So that's one hit.
Ooh. Oh no.
That's a miss on the second claw.
I'm going to use my last lucky. No, yeah.
You have Bardic Inspo.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
she had a +3, or no, a +2. So yeah, that would be a glancing blow.
Oh, you're right.
Plus-
Yeah, it's because +2.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You have the advantage.
Use the inspo.
You have an advantage that's only going to disappear, and you have Bardic Inspo.
Okay. All right.
Now you can't double up your advantage if you're
No,
going
you-
reckless.
Yeah.
But
She's
I
already
mean,
rolling advantage.
oh, I didn't realize. Okay, never mind. Ouch.
So that would be 2 hits then.
Okay.
Actually, one of them would be glancing blow.
All right, cool.
3 hits, and then the last one is
Hit.
4 hits. So the second one's a glancing blow. First one, go ahead and roll damage for me.
Use that inspo. Make
Well,
it a
yeah,
full
if
hit.
you use your inspiration, if you're going to use it, then
It hits,
They
yeah.
all hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll damage for me then for the first hit.
And then hold on. Okay. I'm gonna do another infectious fury, but this time I'm gonna do the psychic damage.
Wisdom save, right?
Yeah. 15.
It meets it. It gets a 15, so it actually saves this time.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's that. Okay.
Wisdom is one of its saves. That's
And
right.
that's with Bane.
Oh, you're right. With a Bane, that reduces it to a 14, so it fails.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So how much damage are we talking for the first attack?
So 9 points of slashing.
9 plus 2 because of Rogar, so that's 11. 11.
And then I'm gonna do the psychic damage, 2d12 psychic damage.
Okay.
So that's 0.
The D12s are they're almost at the top. They're one below the D20.
Okay.
So 13 points of psychic damage as
Do you
some
get,
of
do I still
the
get +2 on that?
no. No, as some of the black like tendrils that kind of the blood, the like pool blood that pools in Velree's claws like leaves a nasty looking gouge across the creature. It's like it freaks out a little bit. Roll damage for your second attack now. So that is
12, 13? Is that 13?
yeah, because right now you have a +5.
Right.
So yeah, 13. All right, third attack.
15?
15. Dear God. Can you close it out, Velree? Let's see.
12.
12 points. First, before we do anything else, you are going to take 19 points of lightning damage. But how would you like to do this, Velree, as you slay the creature?
I just want to take its tentacles or whatever and rip them apart, rip it in half.
Once you
Pull the wings off
like-
the fly, man. Just gonna pull the wings off the fly.
you jump onto it. It's big. You jump back
Psycho.
onto it and you're like, and you're getting electrocuted, and then you like dig in with your claws and you go
I want the
Just
blood. I just want
pull
to
it
be like
apart.
drinking the blood as I do it,
You grab like right around its eyeball. It's one eyeball, and it's like ah! Its eyeball pops out as it gets ripped in half. Its eyeball's like the size of your head. It just kind of falls to the ground. You're like ah! And you ride its body down, and it is definitely dead in a super disgusting way. As the corpse hits the ground, all of its tentacles go lax. There's a doorway open, but that is where we're going to take our first break.